Welcome to Friendly Fire. My name is Memeinglessbritt, and today I'm in the hot seat. Boop, 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 boop.
Welcome into Friendly Fire, everybody. You already know the vibes. Y'all been here long enough, so ain't no questions about it. Y'all know what we do here. And y'all see who we got here today. The homie, the bestie, Memeinglessbritt. So, shouts out to you, Britt. Thank you for being
here.
Continue. So before I ask you for your sales pitch, I like to get into a little bit of a, not an intro, but like kind of like a how are you? And this is like how are you plus a little bit of something else. So First off, it's a congratulations because you recently graduated.
Thank you.
So round of applause for you, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, you're part of what I call the pandemic graduates.
I am.
And really what that means, audience, is, you know, obviously with COVID and everything in the recent year, or I guess 2 years now, whatever it is.
Pushing 2, yeah.
Yeah, literally. You know, a lot of kids weren't able to, a lot of students, I should say, weren't able to graduate in person. You know what I mean? And I know that you and I have had conversations about this before. Audience, we know each other very well. I actually graduated with your sister from Manhattan College. Esteemed graduates. But no, like, so I guess my question is, like, how do you feel, or how do you think maybe things changed or affected you in that last year of college? Like, also, you know, not being able to graduate in person, like walk kind of, you know, that aisle or whatever across the stage and kind of collect your diploma in person.
I would say, like, in the moment, it definitely sucked. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, our graduation, I went to the School of Visual Arts here in New York City. And we graduate in Radio City. Like, we rent out the whole thing every year. And, like,
that's dope.
You get to walk across the Radio City stage. Like, that's so cool. And, like, that's, like, one of the sales pitch, like, when you are at the school.
Right.
So, like, when we realized that graduation wouldn't be in person, it was definitely, like, a little bit of a kick in the teeth, I guess. But, you know, like, we make the best of it. Like, the ceremony was virtual, and we gathered on the TV. We streamed on the TV. Yeah. My whole family was there, and, like, close friends came, and, like, a lot of us are still in New York, me and my friends, graduating, so we all got together, and, like, it was a big thing. Like, we did what we can, and, like...
Yeah, you made it your own.
Right, and so it still sucked that we didn't have a ceremony, but, like, what can you do? Like, you're graduating, it's that, like, unofficial, official, you're in adulthood now. So it's just like, this is what it is, you know? Like, we got to keep it pushing, and so I'm still grateful. Like, I'm still happy I graduated, like, glad that chapter's done to move on, but it sucked a little bit. It was a little bittersweet, but... Yeah.
No, for sure. I think, you know, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of students were almost robbed, you know what I mean, like that last year, just from the experience, because I'm not one of those people who's like, you know, college is the best experience of your life or your golden years, but I think, you know, there's definitely something to attending and, like, being able to actually walk down that like you said, across Radio City stage and collect that degree. But I need your elevator pitch. Who is Brittany? Who is Memeinglessbritt? Where can we find you? Your you know, your socials, your Twitch, whatever. This is your chance to promo and plug whatever you want to do.
For me?
If you got a, I don't know, if you got a startup company, I don't know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? But do your thing.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brittany, Memeinglessbritt. You can call me Britt, you can call me Meme, you can call me anytime. On every platform, I'm pretty much Memeinglessbritt. Discord, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, you name it. Feel free to come hang out. We have a good time, good vibes.
For sure.
And we're a very welcoming community, LGBT friendly, all races, just treating people with kindness. That's the vibes, so come hang out.
Hey, and I will say, just being a part of Britt's community, it is the best vibe, like better than my vibe, to be honest. Like the best vibe you can have on Twitch.
I wouldn't say that.
It's both relaxing and chaotic, which is a hard balance to strike. So
that's just my life. That's just my life.
Oh man. All right. So attending the School of Arts, like you said, you attended VSA, is it right?
SVA, yeah.
SVA, VSA. Sheesh. Okay, SVA.
Got it.
And I know you majored in graphic design. So I went to Manhattan College, I went to kind of standard stuff, right? School of Business, you get your business degree, whatever, majored in management. I'm interested to hear, like, overall, I guess number one, what was the draw toward a School of Arts, right? Number two, like, how do you feel that maybe your major, your things that you learned play into your current day? And do you see like your major really taking you into your future?
I never had experience with like business marketing, stuff like that, so I don't know what a college experience outside of my own looks like.
Sure.
But I knew very early on, like in like high school, even like middle school, like that like sit down desk job, like it's not for me. There's nothing wrong with it, there's no shame in it, but I know myself, like I get bored very easily. I need to constantly be doing something new and exciting. So like art was something that was always prevalent in my life, like ever since like I was like a toddler. Like my dad got me into like Marvel comics, and like that's where it like branched off from there. So like going into college, like looking into where I wanted to go, my guidance counselor was very not excited for me to go into an art school. She was like, what about these ones? So I was like, I don't think that's right. Like, it doesn't feel right. And I'm very thankful that I was very stubborn and headstrong in my ways, because, I mean, that's my vibe anyway, right? You know me?
For sure.
But I'm very thankful for having gone to art school, having gone to art college. I've always been a creative thinker. I've always trying to look at things differently. And college was just exactly that, like teaching me how to further open my brain into like taking different approaches on things. And one of the like biggest things that I learned in college was you really fall in love with your first idea, and it might not be your best idea. It's probably the most like generic answer to the question at hand.
Right.
So just like sitting down and like doing 100 takes at it and like really beating it to the point to find that like diamond in the rough almost. And so that was my biggest takeaway from college. Pushing me into the future, I would say that like, getting like the technical nitty gritty with like all the softwares, like the Adobe Suite, definitely had a hand in like helping me when I wanted to start streaming. I stumbled upon streaming, like I'm very thankful that I started, but like it was like a pipe dream, like on a whim sort of a situation. And I know me. Like if I'm doing something, I'm gonna do it, Right. So I was like, I'm not gonna do a first stream unless like everything looks good. Like I gotta have the graphics, I gotta have the alert. So like I spent like a bunch of time in the summer when like COVID kicked in, just like making everything and like.
And you did it all your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not having to rely on like a freelance artist or like anyone else, which there's no shame in it. Like hire your friends. Was nice. Like I can do everything in house pretty much. I really struggled like on the like technical side of things. Like I don't really know a lot about computers and cameras, so teaching myself that was also a fun experience. Like you said, like there's a value in everything, and I love learning new things. So
for sure.
I think there's always a value to having a creative approach to something in any aspect.
Definitely.
So I think there's just a bright future ahead.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's really interesting, especially, like you said, your experience is what you know, right? And my experience is what I know. I didn't attend a school of arts, but I think the more that I grow into what I'm really passionate about, it's more on the creative side, right? Like it's Friendly Fire, it's OTG, it's all that stuff,
You're killing it, by the way.
Thank you, I appreciate that. In your humble opinion. But I think, there's also value to like what I learned in business, right? I think it definitely, is a combination of things that has helped me, manage work streams, manage projects, right? Kind of the work experience that I have, I think gives me a way to maybe take a creative approach or a creative avenue like streaming, like kind of content creation, and maybe turn it into a business, right? Like you said. So
because you are selling yourself at the end of the day, like.
In what sense?
Like a streamer, like your own business, essentially.
Oh, I thought you was talking crazy.
I mean,
to be honest, I don't know what you was doing there.
OTJiggy/OnlyFans.
Not yet. Maybe coming soon, yo.
I mean, stay tuned. That's the last episode. That's the finale.
No, please, God, no. Nobody needs to see that. Let's be clear, especially since...
A paycheck is a paycheck is a paycheck.
I don't know if anybody's paying for that content, to be honest. Oh, man. But, so you touched on this, and it's something that I want to touch on, because I know this is you and the embodiment of you. I know you're a Marvel super fan. Like, I would say.
I've never heard of them.
And like, I'll let you tell the audience who specifically. And I think we might want to get some pictures of you at like Comic-Con and shit like that. Cause I'm just saying, Britt is fucking insane at all this shit. So you mentioned your pops got you into it when you were young. What role did that play? Like, how did you continue? You know, how, like, what got you so, like, what was that hook for you, I think is my question.
So originally my dad got me into comic books when I was like 3 or 4 maybe. Like couldn't even read them. Like just thought they looked cool.
Right.
And I think he really loved like having that to share with me and like, because my older sister isn't really into the comic books like that. So my dad was like, yes, someone to force it on.
Yeah.
And so I really value Spider-Man, just like everybody else in the world.
Yeah.
And I think it was because I was like a kid at the time. Like he is the kid of the group, you know? Right. But as I got older and as like I went to high school and stuff, I was like, oh, he's that outcast, that underdog. But like, despite having all these strikes against him, he still fights for everyone. Like without asking for praise, without asking for a thank you or a payment or anything in return.
Yeah. And he's just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, right?
Exactly. There's value in that. Like
for sure.
I think I've always been of the mindset of just like doing what you can for everyone around you, like looking out for the underdog. I don't know what that was. I lost the train of thought there for a second.
It worked.
And I think that's always been my vibe, like looking out for those people around me and like giving you the shit off my back if you needed it, like. And I think just the visual of the comic books when I was like really, really young is what like got me hooked. Like I thought they looked so cool. And my dad is the creative in the family, like before myself. Okay. And he could just take like a cartoon drawing and like one for one create it on like glue sleeve, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
That's dope.
And I was like, I want to do that. Like that's my dream. Like if I can get paid to do that, like that, how can I make that a job? Like I don't want to do math. I don't want to do anything else. Like, yeah. I want that to be my job. So everywhere I went, I carried one of those like old school, you know, like the marble composition notebooks, and I was just like sketching. And specifically graphic design, I stumbled upon it in my junior year of high school. It was like an elective. Okay. And I had no clue what it was. Like I had no clue what it meant or what it implied, but I was like, I didn't want to take another painting class. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. Like, absolutely fell in love with it. I was like, oh, this is what I wanted to do. Like, now that I'm older, now that I have a better understanding of like the wide scope of like the art world, I was like, no, this is it. Like,
yeah, definitely. That's pretty cool.
And yeah, I think everything that's like good in my life that I'm like streaming, graphic design, like everything, I'm just like, I stumbled upon it and I've never been more thankful. Like,
yeah, for sure. I think it's interesting, right? Like the way that we get into certain fields, or you know, the way that you stumble into your profession. Like how many kids go to college and then end up not doing what they studied, right, and go into something else. Right. I mean, you know, I'm still doing what I'm still in business right now, but I'm pursuing a different avenue as well. And I just think it's interesting to hear like the stories of how we stumble, like you said, because quite frankly, it is stumbling usually into like what our passions are. You know what I mean? And you bring me perfectly into my next question, which is you mentioned your dream job. Love it. And you and I have discussed this, but it's I want you to tell the audience, because I think you've expressed to me like it actually has to do with the Marvel community, right? And being involved in that in some capacity. And I'm just interested to hear, because like at the end of the day, Friendly Fire is about highlighting you, right? The guest, like what you want to do, what your passions are, you know, kind of what your roadmap is. And I think it's a really interesting kind of like, you know, area where you want to be. So tell the audience what your kind of dream job is.
I think the goal, end game.
Ooh.
Pun intended. Pun intended.
That was kind of clean.
Is to eventually work for Marvel. I would love to do like the marketing, kind of social media side of it. And like, you know, creating like the posters, the advertisements, like all the good stuff you get to see and get excited for the new movie and the new show and the new this. Like I would love to be a part of that. But like I said, that's endgame. So if anyone at Marvel's watching.
Hey, that's a plug and a half. I'm just saying, Marvel, come on.
You gotta shoot your shot. You gotta shoot your shot.
So all of that Marvel, right? All of that comic kind of discussion. I'm a gamer, right? You're a gamer. You stream. You play games. You didn't know.
Why am I here?
Right. This isn't a Marvel interview. Right. What role? Like, how'd you get into? I guess it's kind of the same question I asked about like comics and Marvel. Like, how'd you get into gaming? What role did that play? Maybe when it first started, when you were growing up, and like, why do you think you're still a gamer? I guess is the question.
I think it's very similar to like why I like comics and like stories. Like, I got into gaming because of my older sister. We had like a PlayStation 2 and like a Game Boy, and then like that evolved with like the DS, the Switch, what have you.
Yep.
And I would just like see her play like Grand Theft Auto and like Harvest Moon. Like it was like a wide spread of like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And like everything fascinated me. I was like, all of this looks so cool. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm only 4. I'm just gonna click some buttons, but like I'm having a great time. And then like as I got older and like got to like pick my own games and like have my own taste and like feel it out. Just like I'm more into like campaign kind of games, like storytelling kind of games, like RPGs and stuff.
Yes.
So just that like great story that like punches you in the gut.
Yeah.
And like those characters that you really feel for throughout the whole thing, like
for sure.
That is what keeps me hooked.
I can relate.
So that's what keeps me going. Like there's so much cool games coming out, and like I'm excited for the new Pokemon, the Arceus.
Ooh, okay.
That one looks dope.
Big Pokemon fan?
I'm not a huge on Pokemon. I was like casual about it for a long time and then fell off.
Yeah.
But when Sword and Shield came out, I got back into it. I never had the like community aspect of Pokemon growing up. So Sword and Shield was my first experience like having like a vast community and like we're all doing this together.
Right.
And so I got Sword and my friend Noah got Shield.
Okay.
And we spent like all of Christmas break like trying to like complete our dexes and like doing it, and it was so much fun, and I was like, I get it now. Like,
yeah.
So I get the Pokemon hype, but I can't say I'm like big on it.
No, that's fair. I think I'm like kind of the same. Obviously, I feel like our generation, we grew up with Pokemon Yellow and Red and Blue, and
it was more like Game Boy era. And
exactly,
I was
that
too
Game
young
Boy
for that.
Color era. You know what I mean? Like that handheld era and all of that. So Pokemon definitely played like a big role. I feel like I've gotten not out of it or anything, but like I don't actively pursue the games either. So I would say casual as well, like not diehard Pokemon, you know, like gamer. But I feel like Pokemon definitely has a place in like
everyone's heart.
Yeah, and
like
everyone's
it's for everyone. Low-key.
Yeah, definitely. So I think my last kind of question, or maybe not my last question. I don't know. It depends.
I mean, you have a script,
right? Allegedly. No.
It's actually a blank screen.
It's a blank screen, guys.
The laptop's broken.
What is what's next for you? Like, you know, to a degree we've described or we've discussed career path, right? Dream job, you know, like what you're doing right now with freelance. And just kind of an open-ended question, whether it's streaming, whether it's like whatever, like what's next for you? What do you look forward to? Like kind of what are your expectations? I always like to just kind of ask that question, you know what I mean? Leave it open-ended because I like, you know, hearing people's different answers and really just hearing what that means to you.
I think like grand scheme of things, I think I'm most looking forward to like some normalcy kicking back in, like in terms of like the world. Right. I started going back to like content recently, and like Comic-Con happened this year. Okay. And I was like very like, thank God, like we're finally getting something back. Even if we have to wear masks and like still socially distanced, it's fine. It's something, and we're like crawling back to that. In terms of like streaming and like graphic design, I think graphic design's always like a roller coaster, and it always will be, and that's like what excites me about the field. So freelance is always going to be a thing, and then like landing with like a company, whether it's Marvel or not. And in terms of streaming right now, I'm like trying to beef up my PC. Like I said, I stumbled into it. And so all I had on me, I like tried to work with what I have because streaming is expensive.
You telling me?
I have an iMac and I stream on a Mac. Sadly, don't look.
What an L.
And every time I stream, I definitely see the toll taken on it. So I'm like looking to upgrade to a PC, and like I'm also in the middle of rebranding the entire stream because I'm never satisfied, as every artist is. Like constantly moving. So I'm in the middle of like rebranding everything, so I don't know when this is coming out, if the new overlay will be done, but it might be, it might not be. Who knows?
Coming soon though.
Coming soon. Stay tuned. And yeah, so I'm just looking forward to like actually doing it. Like I was already doing it, and like I'm really taking off with it, you know, like doing everything. So
no, I love it. That's dope. And so actually one thing, you mentioned maybe doing social media or like marketing for Marvel. Low-key, Britt has like almost 9,000 followers on Twitter. We may as well just put a fucking blue check on your name.
We don't talk about that.
How does that happen?
That was from my fangirl days. We don't talk about it. There's no problematic tweets on my timeline because I've never been a problematic person.
Allegedly.
I'm a people pleaser. I could leave.
That's crazy.
No, literally,
Wow.
you can word search my account. There's nothing on there. There's no dirt on me. You're not fine. I will never be canceled. But yeah, my Twitter account I made, I want to say in like 2010. And it was like, I was 10 in 2010. So and I should not have been on Twitter, but I was.
Right.
And it was a Lady Gaga fan account.
Okay.
I'm not proud of it, but also like I love Lady Gaga, so like I also am proud of it.
Right.
And then it transformed into like a One Direction account, and then it was like One Direction and Fifth Harmony, and then Fifth Harmony died, and then it was just One Direction, then they broke up. It's been a roller coaster, but now I was like, I was gonna make a separate account for like streaming and stuff. Like, I was like, no, I'm just gonna change the ad. I have 9,000 followers on here, and some of them are like celebrities. I was like,
wow. How about that?
I'm just gonna flex. Like, I'm just gonna do it on here. God forbid, like a celebrity retweets one of my like going live posts.
Yo,
I'm
imagine.
Don't be shy.
Hey, that's right. You gotta plug it.
That's what I'm saying.
Shoot or shoot, right?
Like,
That's
I
what
know
we
Fifth
said.
Harmony's dead, but you got a lot of followers. Like, retweet. Like,
I love it. That's funny, man. But yeah, so Britt, it was a fun interview.
thank you.
I hope you think so too.
I do.
Okay.
We're best friends. We're besties.
We are besties. IRL besties. as they
IRL
say.
besties.
Okay.
Some might be jealous. I've heard.
Some might.
The streets are saying some are jealous.
maybe or maybe not your sister Tay.
Tay reads a lot.
Tay hates a lot too.
Tay be hating.
Okay. But now it's time to put you on the hot seat.
Oh.
And so this is your challenge time. Y'all already know, audience, what we do here. We do a little friendly fire, the actual fire.
It was fun while it lasted. I'll see you guys next time. I'm going home.
Yo. But just get ready, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna bring in our little surprise for you.
Not a surprise.
And,
I thought we were besties. It's dead. It's canceled.
We're besties, all right. So 1 minute challenge. Y'all know the vibes. We're gonna surprise Britt with what she has, and we'll be right back with the description of the challenge. Okay. Here we go.
Not the baby.
Not the baby.
It's giving sexism.
No shot.
It's giving.
Okay. So here's your challenge, but we have this very, very delicate, beautiful little baby here.
Okay.
Who has a situation, quite frankly. And
I love the DIY diaper.
The makeshift diaper. Here's your challenge, okay? So you gotta change or clean up the baby. We got the pacifier, or the bobo as we call it, exactly. We got the little head wrap, the clean diaper, and we got the little, let's just say the little onesie, the little bedtime.
It's giving granny panties.
So your 1 minute challenge, Britt, is clean up the situation, and yeah.
It kind of looks like the situation.
Oh, it's
like
a situation under there.
Like the situation under there.
It is a situation under there. Let me tell you, the baby, I think, maybe ate something wrong.
Okay.
And
don't we all? Little Chipotle?
Yeah. I mean, any questions?
I mean, it sounds pretty straightforward.
It sounds pretty straightforward. I'm glad, because that's the goal here. So y'all already know the vibes. We do the minute challenge. 0's on the clock. Britt, 60 seconds, okay?
Tell me more.
You good? You ready? Do we need to open that up maybe first? Like.
Oh, the wipes?
Yeah, give you a little.
All right.
Maybe,
we love a handicap. We love a handicap.
Gotta have a little handicap for you.
Yeah, right.
Chat, let's see.
There.
Let's see. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, shit.
Oh my God, that is bad.
Dang,
oh no.
Dang.
Oh
Luckily,
no.
it's a fake.
The poop is falling. When you're holding the baby, oh my God.
It's a fake baby. That's
the
the
baby's gonna get a headache.
Listen.
Oh my God.
We don't gotta support the neck. It's a fake baby. Okay.
Oh my Lord.
We're going with the
baby
diaper.
might have broke the ankles.
It's okay.
no.
It's okay.
The baby's
It's
gonna
a
get a
fine.
rash.
Hey. Don't look at the
Britt,
baby.
you're at 28, 29, 30. Half a minute left.
Listen, it was a situation. You were right.
Ooh, come on, Britt. 37, 38, 39.
There we go.
41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh, we getting down to the clock. We getting down to the wire. 59, 8, 7.
Give me your damn hand.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She don't got the headband. She don't got the headband.
No, my little baby.
She's fine. She's fine.
Fine.
She's fine.
Okay.
She just got back from clubbing.
She just got
back from clubbing, girl. It's fine.
She may or may not have a concussion, Britt.
She's fine. Look at she's smiling.
Okay.
She's fine. Look at this baby. You gotta look at me. You gotta tell me she's fine. Just don't.
I don't know.
That's a solid 7 out of 10.
All right, we'll give you a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
All right, y'all. We're giving Britt a 7 out of 10. She did. I mean, there's a little bit of poop on the table. I don't know whose job that is to clean
You didn't say I had to clean up the table.
But,
you said I had to clean the baby.
The only thing you're missing is the headband.
We could put it on her.
Put in the pacifier after. So you know what? You did all right.
Oh, I had a little too big. I had a little too big.
Oh my goodness.
There
all
we
right,
go.
so y'all already know the vibes, baby. Come here, little one. Yo. Friendly Fire episode with Memeinglessbritt. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you.
Take care of the kid.
Yeah, I'm taking care of this baby. A little better than you might have. But y'all already know the vibes, baby. Britt, thank you for being here so much. I really appreciate you. It was a blast. And
besties forever.
Besties forever. Peace out, y'all.